This is Lewis Hart for The Ring magazine, here today in London. Delighted today to be joined with Shakur Stevenson in London for the press conference for your fight against Floyd Schofield. You've been in London for a couple of days now. How's things? How are you, mate?
It's been actually really fun. I like London a lot. I like the malls, I like the people, everybody seemed kind of cool, so I've been enjoying my time here.
Your first time here?
Yeah, my first time actually.
I see obviously you went shopping yesterday, and I know the weather's not too nice, but yeah, getting used to it?
Actually, I like the weather just because I live in Houston right now. I live in Texas, so it's kind of always hot. So the cold is kind of refreshing because I'm from Jersey, so it reminds me like of home.
Absolutely. I guess we'll jump straight into obviously fighting Floyd Schofield. Yeah, big fight for yourself, big stage on a Riyadh season show. I know he was meant to be on the October 12th card, but obviously through injury. But yeah, how good is it to get this over the line and have a massive fight on a massive stage, which everyone wants to be a part of Riyadh season. So it must be big for yourself.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Honestly, it's the opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And I can't wait to steal a show. I think I'm going to be the fight that steals the show that everybody's going to be talking about after the fight. I'm going to put on a real superstar performance.
How important is that for yourself when you look at a card with so much talent, and especially yourself coming over and sort of make your debut on a Riyadh season show? Is it important that, there is that intention to steal the show? That winning is always the aim, but do you think you always have that extra intention that, on something like this, I do need to make a show-stealing performance?
Honestly, I just been going through a lot with the past year. There's been a lot of people turning their back on me. A lot of people been talking real down on me and bad about me. So, truthfully, now I'm just at a point where I just want to separate myself. I want to show the superstar level fighter that I am. I want to show who I've been my whole career, and I think when it comes February 22nd, it's going to be a great opportunity. So I'm going to put on the show.
It's interesting you say that, because obviously, especially after the last couple of fights, it has come with the critics and people will make their own mind up about yourself. So when you do fight, is there ever that conscious thing in your mind saying, I want to be entertaining, or is it more a case of, look, I want to win, I don't really care what the fans have to say regardless of how I fight?
Nah, I mean, sometimes it just depends on my mood. Some nights I'm like, shit, I just want to win and get back home to my family, because we in a dangerous sport. But then there's some nights it's like, shit, I'm ready to perform. But winning is always the ultimate goal. Coming out victorious is always what I want to come out. But some nights it's like, shit, let's put on the show. Let's show everybody who I am and show people I'm the best. So it just depends on the mood that night. And right now, I'm in the kind of mood to put on a real performance.
Touching on Floyd Schofield there, obviously in his last fight, obviously getting dropped in his last fight as well. What do you make of Floyd, I guess, taking this big step up at a young age to fight someone like yourself who's, you've been at the world level for a long time now? He's obviously got his dad barking up his tree as well. So what do you make of, I guess, Floyd sort of taking the challenge against himself?
Honestly, his last fight showed me that he was a really good fighter, actually. I kind of pay attention to everything. I don't just pay attention to what the critics or the people say. I saw that he's a fighter. He likes to move. He likes to set shots up. He could box a little bit. He's very much hard-headed. He don't listen to his dad like he should. I think that could be his downfall. But truthfully, I don't look at it like it's a walk in the park. I remember being that age and fighting for my first world title, and I was very hungry. I trained very hard. I made sure I did everything right just to become world champion. So I've been him before. So the problem is I didn't go against myself, and he's going against a bad motherfucker, and that's really the problem here. But can't wait to show everybody.
What do you make of that aspect to get with his father? He's very loud for himself, as you see with every interview. He's going to be there as well. What do you make of, I guess, that whole dynamic in itself? I'm sure he'll have a lot of things to say about yourself too.
He just seemed like a dumb, smart man, if that makes sense. He's kind of ignorant and dumb sometimes, and then when you watch him coach in the corner, he's actually a better coach than people give him credit for. From what I was watching that night, a lot of people criticize him, but he was telling his son the right thing, because that dude was dangerous, and they felt the power. I think come February 22nd, he's going to try to tell him the right thing. Will his son listen? It's all up to him. But the part is they think that I got no power, and that's where they go wrong.
Definitely. One thing I wanted to ask you, Shakur, especially when you see this weekend, you've wanted big fights. You've wanted to mix it with the best in and around your weight, which is so stacked. When you see Turkey meeting with, Haney, Garcia, and Tia and other guys, does it fill you confidence that you'll be able to finally get the big fights that you've strived and wanted?
Yes, for sure. At the end of the day, though, it's always up to these fighters. It's always up to the fighters themselves to say yes. It gives me a little confidence knowing that they're talking with Turkey and I'm getting on the card with Turkey, so it can happen. But it always got to be a yes or no to the fighter. So the fighter had to say yes. So we'll see whether they want to fight me or not. And honestly, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to show up every night and come out victorious every night. That's the goal.
And as you say, not looking past February 22nd, but I think until the fight does get announced, everyone's always going to ask you about Gervonta Davis and Tank Davis, and he's obviously come out and in the fight with Lamont Roach said, I'm going to be retired by the end of the year. I guess first to touch on that, is that something that you really believe, that you don't think Tank's going to retire by the end of the year?
Honestly, I really don't care. Yeah. Like, it ain't really no care in the world about what he does. I'm focused on myself, and within myself, I don't worry about my career and what I got going. So, I really don't care about that.
Yeah. But obviously, that must be a fight that you strive for. That when you look at legacy fights in the division, a lightweight, that is probably the 1 and 2 guys in the division.
The division is the best fight in the world. I think that I've been saying it for a long time. You got a very aggressive guy, strong, big power. Then you got a smart guy with IQ, with a hell of a defense. It's hard to beat somebody you can't touch. So it'll be very interesting to see that style versus my style. And I think it's the best fight in the world.
Absolutely. Shakur, always a pleasure, mate. Appreciate the time, man. Thank you. Cheers.